So yesterday class we have seen about how to install any NumPy package and CV2 package and how to use the basic codes regarding by using IDLE. So today we are going to see regarding how to plot diagrams by using the Matplot library. Okay. So for this purpose we can use IDLE or else we can use Jupyter Notebook also. So first I'll show you how to use these things in IDLE. So you know basic things about IDLE, how to execute program and how to type the code, everything. So here, so first of all we have to import the package, import matplot lib.pyplot as plt, and afterwards we have to use plt.plot. So this is about the x-axis and this is about the y-axis. Okay, so plt.show is our uh, comment to show the x-axis and y-axis matched points. Okay, so run and run module. So here you can see downside here x-axis and y-axis coordinates. Ex- So wherever the matching points is there, it will show that x and y axis information. So by using this one, we can plot our image. So image or Excel sheet information also we can plot. So here it's three-dimensional also is there. So like this, we can plot three-dimensionals also. So for this we have to import another package, this mpl underscore toolkits dot mplot 3d. So it is a package name. For this we have to import access 3d, so which is majorly we will use in IDLE to plot the three-dimensional bar graphs. Okay, so to do these three-dimensional bar graphs, first we have to generate an empty figure. So for that we have to use plt dot figure, an empty figure without anything. So that's we are storing in the variable of figure. So this one we are going to create by three-dimensional this empty figure by using this package access 3d. Okay, so x is equals to some arrays I have created by integer values 11, 13, 14. So y-axis and z-axis. So after according to our requirement we can give our required number just to show how to plot three-dimensional. Okay, so ax dot plot x and y and z. So after this, to plot the bar graphs we will use this plot keyword. Okay, so set x label, y label and z label. So its label means it's about the name. So which type of parameters we are using on x axis and y axis, z axis, according to that one we can change our name. And plt dot title is about entire plot title. So 3d plot here I had written. According to our requirement we can change the string. And plt dot show is regarding to plot show that one. Whatever we plotted, to show that results we have to use a keyword plt dot show. Okay, so like this, by using matplot library we can plot two-dimensional and three-dimensional, and these things we have with the different keywords: scatter, bar graph and pie plot also. So first I will show you regarding the scatter. The same keyword we will use. So here I am creating uh, by using the numpy package I am creating 200 random terms. So it can take any 200 elements randomly. So that is x-axis, and y-axis also creating one random matrix with 200 elements. So here if you observe means we are using plt dot scatter. Previously we used it to plt dot plot. Plot is related to a linear way, so it's in between like a line. Okay, so scatter means here we are going to represent in dots. So like this you can observe here. So scatter means we are going to plot the diagrams by using the dots. Okay, so here itself, if you want to change means we can change. So we can go through plot also. So you can observe how much randomly is there. So to get clarity where we have future points, so we have to use this scatter and plotter. Okay, so according to the our requirement, we can use this one. So I'm replacing with scatter, and another one is also there. It's important, pi. Pi is about a circle. So in that circle, how much percentage we got a C, C++, Java, like this. We have created one list with all strings, and another list also is there by using the integer values. So to plot the pie chart, we have to use this keyword plt.py. Okay, so pi is this is about that first list and the second list, and shadow is equals to true means automatically each and every value is going to represent with different type of colors. So plt dot title is about pi plot. We are giving the title and show. So each and every program should be same, but the keywords which we are using is different. So it is about the pi plot, how we can use pi. So if you observe means here C we have used 10 percentage, so C++ 20, Java 40, so Python 60, Ruby 20, PHP 30. So regarding to these things, it is going to print one pie chart automatically. So like this, if you want to create in a classroom how many members got how many marks respectively regarding the names. So if you want to plot any bar graph or else pie chart, scatter. So according to our requirement, which is clear to understand a human being. So simply this is regarding the data which we are giving to the machine. It has to understand the data, and afterwards it has to show very clearly to human. So these type of applications we can see in mostly in cricket. Not only cricket, everywhere we will use. Just for example, I'm saying cricket. So in how many overs, how much the score, how many wickets is there. So to represent those types of data, so we are using these bar graphs and pie charts, plots. And how to show the how to plot the bar graph also I'll show you here. So we can, so just a little bit thing, we have to use plt dot bar, that's it. So you can see here the difference. Bar graphs means it is going to be in pins. So according to the x-axis and y-axis points which we had given, according to that it is going to represent 11 0.2, 14 0.4. So here automatically it is going to represent. So like this, whatever the values we have, so how to plot in bar graphs pie chart means by using these keywords only. So after sharing this information, you do please practice. You have to do practice in that. Then only whenever we are going through projects, you can understand that one. So otherwise, without practicing, if you just listen means it won't understand. Okay. So whenever we are going to discuss about the project, and that time it will be difficult. So we have to put more effort on that, and you also cannot understand it easily. So whatever the information we are sharing, it's about the basics of machine learning and deep learning. You have to perform these tasks. Just practice this one. And today we have to discuss about this Jupyter notebook. Okay, so the same coding about the images and matplots, numpys, everything we can do in Jupyter notebook also. Okay, so how we can do means I'll show you one example. So here this is about the introduction to NumPy package. So previously we executed these programs by using the IDLE programming. So here we are using a Jupyter notebook to execute these NumPy packages. So same program will be same, but the way of executing is different. Okay, so here we are going to execute cell by cell. Okay, so in ideally it is going to execute line by line. So in this Jupyter notebook we are using in cell by cell. In one cell itself we can type number of lines. Okay, so here it is introduction to NumPy. You know this one already. And import NumPy means, so here you have to tap and run. So you are getting one star mark. Afterwards it will give number. Okay, so whenever it is in star mark, you have to understand it is still running. If we got any number means, so it is executed already. So the cell is executed if we have any number. Star means, so it is going to execute. It is still in executing. Okay, so same thing. So how to create any array means, we have to use this keyword a is equals to np dot array. So according to our requirement we can generate arrays. And so here you can see the difference. In ideally we have to use the keyword print a. So here no need like that. Just if you are saying a means, it is going to print the values of a. Okay, so here a dot n dimensions. N means that numpy array dimensions. Okay, so here we are using only one row. So shape means 4 columns is there, 10, 20, 30, 40. Data type is integer with 32 bits. np dot arrange 10. So from 0 to 9 it is going to print. So if you observe means, we have to execute these programs line by line. Okay, so without executing the first line, if you are executing second line directly means, it is going to show error. Okay, so no module named numpy. In ideally it's different. In Jupyter notebook it's different. Code will be the same. Okay. So next, this is about, we are going to print from 3 to 12 with the interval of 2. Okay, so 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 it is going to print. So same like 1.2 to 4.4 we have to print with the interval of 0.1. So it is also a similar function. So 11.2 it is going to 12 point with the interval of 11. It is like 0.1 if you are using line space means. So it is about 1 to 4 it is going to print by using the log space content. Means it will take as 10 base. Log space means log 10 1. So log 10 4. In between these values it is going to print the interval of 7 and np dot zeros. So if you want to create with all elements of zeros, so you can use, we can use this keyword np dot zeros with 10. Okay, so next np dot ones. So this one also the same thing. So here this is about the scale. So how many array elements you need? 10 elements or 5 elements or 100,000 also we can create. So here it is about exercise. So here you can see we are going to multiply the y array with 2. Afterwards we are going to add with x. So x plus 2 star y. So 2 multiplied by 8 plus 1 9, 5 10 12. So 6 is 12 plus 3 the 15. So according to that we are going to print the data. So here majorly you can observe the difference. Here I am not typing print. So automatically it is going to uh, print the array values of this one, x plus 2 star y. Okay, so in ideally we cannot type like that. So in shell we can type like that, but we cannot do major projects in shell itself. We have to go compulsory .py files. and here these files will we are going to store in this .ipynb extensions. Okay, so here some of the basics is there. This one you know already, this x to the power of y. So the results is this one. So 1 power 4, 2 power 5, 3 power 6. So this one the basics you know already, but I am showing how we can execute by using the Jupyter notebook. So with the same thing we have another example, that is a matplot library. Just now we have seen so same coding we will use, but so for the execution we don't need to go with another window. The downside itself we can see the results in Jupyter notebook. Plt.plot. So this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 4. So if you are not representing the y-axis values, so generally it is going to take as 0 to 7. If we are not representing the real numbers, it will take. So here we are representing the y-axis as 3.5, 5.6, 7 like this. Okay, and x-axis. So line space sin x. Here you can see, and plt.plot here x-axis y-axis with the same thing. We are going to plot sine wave by using the marker. So marker means here we can go to star and dash and O like this, according to our requirement we can go. So how we are going to represent a marker number, as it is going to print here. Okay, so it is about color and width. Okay, so color is green, line width is 2 millimeters. So according to that it is going to print. And if you want to print only that O values, we don't need that line space, then we have to remove this one, line width as 0. With the same code, here the line width I'm giving as 0. So what is meaning by this? So we are not going to plot the line width will be 0. So here the difference is there. Here we are giving marker and color, line width, all those things. So instead of this we can use like this also, x comma y go. The first one is about color and the next one is about the marker. Directly with the green color O marker it is going to print. It is the shortcut from. Okay, so just now we have seen scatter in IDLE. So how we have to execute in our .pynb mean in Jupyter notebook means we have to use the same code, and if you just run it here means it is going to execute. We cannot run in middle. Okay, so we have to run from starting, cell by cell we have to execute. So if we want to execute all the cells at a time means, so we have to use this one, this double arrow is there na. So restart and run all cells. So automatically from one first cells to all cells it is going to run automatically without our thing. So this is about how we can use .ipynb, so Jupyter notebook. So directly we can open Jupyter notebook by searching Jupyter, or else we have to open first Anaconda Navigator. In that we are going to use this one, Jupyter notebook. So in Anaconda Navigator we have different types of frameworks. So here another one is there. It's like a mini project. So just for example I'm showing. So in machine learning, we have different types of algorithms. Okay. So here by using the linear regression algorithm, how we are going to understand the data. So machine learning means simple thing. The data which we have taken, it should be in .csv file mostly. So like this. So this data we are going to give to the machine, and by using the pandas and numpy, cbon, matplot, these packages and algorithms, by using the sklearn, different algorithms, simply we are informing entire thing to the machine. So just we are teaching about the data to the machine. Okay, so after teaching that one according to our requirement, so here by using sns, we are going to plot bar plot I am showing. So here you can see this is our data. I'll open it separately. Wait. So here this is our data, you can see it here. We have totally up to 31. So here's in 31 columns is there. In the 31 columns, sorry, 31 rows is there. In the 31 rows, first column is about the year's experience, and according to that one, how salary is increasing. The second column is discussing about the salary. Okay, so by seeing this one we can understand easily. But if we have 1 lakh rows, so in that case we cannot observe that thing very easily. So for that purpose, if this entire data is understood by machine, then it's simple. The machine can show us the entire data in a easy manner by plotting the results. Okay, so I'm saying about that one only here. So pandas is about to read the data. Okay, so afterwards numpy, matplot we know. cbun is about discussing, is also a plotting library, but it is an advanced one compared to matplot library. We can use three-dimensional works also in this cbun. Okay, so first of all we are going to read the data. So pd dot read underscore csv. So this is the data I'm going to give. So by using the pd means pandas, I'm going to read the csv file. So if you want to read excel term, okay, so excel sx, so you can read pd dot read underscore excel sx. And if you want to read text file, pd dot read underscore txt, like the, according to the data file we can read any information in text. Okay, so salary data and lr.csv is there. I'm reading this one. So data dot head means the up to the 5 terms it is going to print in our data, in this salary data. Okay, so this is a mini project we can say. So after understanding this one, so by using the sklearn model we are uploading the linear regression training and testing. So in particularly in machine learning, after reading the entire data, so by using the algorithm of sklearn, we are going to divide the data into training and testing. Okay, so training should be 80 percentage will be there. For testing purpose, we will use 20 percentage of data. Okay, so whenever we are going to discuss about the projects inbuilt, it should be easy. So that's why I'm saying this one. So after training, we are going to plot. This is about the curve fitting. Okay, at the starting, I told you when about the basics of machine learning. If this is our entire data is there, okay, so if it is our entire data, these dots circles, so we are going to plot, or else we are going to fit one curve by using this linear regression algorithm. So this is going to divide entire data into equal parts, two equal parts. Okay, so it means the maximum data will near to this curve. Okay, so me how we can understand this one means, for example, this entire line is our machine. So this is the data. So if this entire dots is nearby to our machine, so what is the meaning by that means, that entire data is going to understand by our machine. Okay, so now this algorithm, particularly this algorithm is understanding this entire data. Okay, so after getting that information, here we are going to plot that data by using the SNS. So at the starting we import C1 as SNDS. So by using that SNDS, we are going to show the results. So if our x-axis is in years of experience, y-axis is going to discuss about the salary. Okay, so directly we cannot plot this one. You can try without using any algorithm. So if you want to plot directly this one means it's not possible. If it is plotted the result also, it should be wrong. Why? Because we did not train our data. So in that case, it is not going to give the perfect results. Okay, so this is about Jupyter Notebook and basics of Matplot and NumPy, and how we can use this one in our Jupyter Notebook. So tomorrow onwards, we are going to give the projects individually. So we will contact, our team members will contact you one by one by phone call. Okay, thank you all of you, and if you have any doubts you can ask me.